Hi, welcome to the garden again. And this time we're on the third day of the candles, and Dr. MaggieDolittle has joined us, and we all know what a blessings our pets are to us and how much they help us through the difficult times, and how much now what's going to happen to some of these pets. They're going to be so happy when their owners go back to work and go out more. They're going to have the house to themselves. But what we're going to do is we're going to start the way we have before. I'm going to light the candles, and we're going to say our little opening prayer, which I have to get to because I don't memorize these things, guys. And then Maggie and I are going to talk about some things about the gratitude and about animals as part of our blessings in our life. Okay, I'm going to light the candles now. And by the way, that lovely crystal in the middle that you see there, that was a gift from Dr. Maggie to me.
A number of years ago.
Not going to make it with one candle. I'm going to have to get my lighter, I think. I'm not now, but I will, because I'm not going to burn my fingers. Okay, and there we can see the crystal. We see all the stuff we need to see. And I want to thank each and every one of you that's shown up today and welcome you to the path of enlightenment through the merging of your energy with our 9-day journey with the candles. And okay. And yesterday I also spoke a little bit about rituals. So I'm going to ask Maggie, I'm going to ask each person that visits me, what rituals do you have in your life that you like to use? They don't have to be as formal as this, but just things you like to know.
Well, one of my rituals I enjoy is
Meg, you got to talk it up louder.
Oh, one of my rituals that I enjoy is with my pets, and I have kitties, and I work with rescue kitties as well. And every morning and every evening they get their kitty treats. And I have one kitty who's a bit wild. I can't touch her. I can't pick her up. I can only touch her when she's on the cat tree or my bed. Other than that, she's a wild thing. But every morning she jumps up on her place on the cat tree. I give her treats and she puts her head down so I can pet her. Because that's the price for getting her kitty treats. I do similar things with my rescue cats. I have some I'm trying to tame down. I get them all excited about feeding time and treats, and usually during those times they're more amenable to me petting and interacting with them. So those are the sorts of rituals I try to do, at least with them. And I have to have a steady supply of cat treats.
Yeah,
or I'm in trouble.
Yeah, then you might start looking like a giant treat.
Yes, no. So I'm the people at my local pet store are quite well acquainted with me. So
what do you think is the one thing that pet owners, when you talk to them and they're having kind of a little bit of a problem with a pet, what do you think is the one thing that you could say to them that would pretty much fit almost all those situations?
I think sometimes people have an idea of what they want their pet to be and what they want their pet to do, and they don't really give space for that pet to be who they are. Like, oh, when I was a kid, I had Fido, and Fido used to do this. Well, Fido used to do that, but Sparky's not doing that now. So I think you have to let animals be free to express who they are, and in time they may come around to your way of thinking, but we can't categorize and put animals in little boxes.
You help rescue cats, I know, and off the streets, little lost kittens sort of pets, and some even bigger. Where can people go and find that if they live in an area? I mean, I know what we have here, but
you mean rescue groups to work with?
Talk louder, you got to get closer.
You mean rescue groups to work with?
Yeah,
The best place is to just go online and do a search, or if people are on Nextdoor
Mhm.
or on Facebook, they usually have rescue groups that are always looking for help. The group I work with, we foster animals in our homes. So right now I have 3 foster kitties at my house. And that sort of rescue is nice because then someone says, well, does this cat do A, B, or C? And you can tell them. And
Mhm.
it's the same thing with dogs. There are people that go and keep the dogs in their homes. They can tell you how the dogs are with kids, other dogs. If something bothers them or not, like this dog hates balloons. I mean,
Mhm.
whatever. So that's what I would do if you're interested, because they're always looking for people, especially uh, I don't know so much about dog groups right now, but I'm assuming it would be the same. Right now it's kitten season.
Oh, okay.
And so we've got cats coming out of our ears. I mean, right now I have a 13-year-old, 12 or 13-year-old that was declawed both front and back, the old
Ooh.
way of cutting
Oh,
off
yeah.
the,
Mhm.
and she's really nice sometimes and not so nice other times. And I'm working with her and hopefully getting her a senior panel workup to make sure everything's okay. And then I have 2 younger boys that are just this close to being ready to be adopted. So they were going to be a trap and release group, and people saw that they might be friendlier than they thought. So I've
Can
been
you
working with them.
can you explain trap and release for people who don't know what that means?
Sure. What trap and release is, it's where you have cats and maybe feral cats in a neighborhood. Um, what they do is they trap them, they fix them, and then they give them an ear tip. And that way that they can be put back into the neighborhood where they're used to and live, and they aren't propagating. There are a number of groups. In fact, here in my city, they actually have registered cat colonies where if you get them trapped and fixed, you can then put them back in an area. There are people who then will go and feed them
Hmm.
and take care of them. And sometimes those animals can be adopted, but sometimes not. And they're just happier being out and about. But of course, if you get bad weather, you want places for them to stay. So they do make shelters for them and such. But trap and release is a way to slow down the burgeoning cat population. And a lot of the groups like the SPCA and other, like we have the Texas Coalition for Animal Protection, and we have some other groups that will give you a discount or near next to free to bring in a feral cat in a cage and get it fixed.
Good. Well, thank you. That's kind of Dr. Maggie's input into how to make our world a better space for all of us to live in, including for the kitties and the doggies. I had one more thing I wanted to include today. There's a really excellent book called Angelspeake and How to Talk with the Angels. And I just opened it up and said, okay, what page do I need to talk about on day 3? And it said, step 1 to speaking with the angels is prayer. And it says, praying will always put you in the white light of divine grace and love. This is both for protection and connection with your angels. Prayer is an invitation for God to come to you. It's a simple method of asking. Many lessons have been given on the power of prayer. It's not the power of the prayer, it's the power of asking. That's the true message. That means the method of prayer that opens the links between man and God and angels should become part of your energy. And that's what we're doing now. We're praying for enlightenment. We're praying for joy, the joy we should feel after the unmasking of America, the changing. I did, if you didn't look on day 2, I did a 6-month read, 6 months forward on what this was going to mean to us. And it's a real mixed journey. We're going to be so happy to be out to be free, but then the pain of the loss, who isn't here with us when we're doing this, and then the other pain of loss that it talked about was realizing that there was a lot of things around us in our lives we don't need anymore, and letting things and people and situations go because they don't serve who we've become in going through this intense period of change. So we're asking for the grace from the universe to help us navigate these interesting, much more fun times. And I will go back down to the candles and get my mouse out of there. And we are going to blow out the candles. Wait, one more thing. I promised I'd do more power of surrender cards. I got a request for that. So the lesson for today from our thinking about our critter friends and what they do for us. Our power of surrender card is surrender your belief in scarcity. And what it says is the universe is asking you to open up to the infinite nature of abundance. This is the way you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. And sometimes bringing a little critter in your life can fill up those spaces so you don't feel so different, so out of it. And I hope that this lesson has had some meaning for you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow when we light candle number 4. I put it on a table this time so I don't have to burn my fingers getting the candles off. Thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate you coming by. And also in the comments, put things you want added. I'm going to keep adding things every day as people have things they want added into the candles. Bye.